Like that. Now, another great fan, our man Chester. Chester, how are you, sir?
Man, Coach Stoops, I can't tell you what an honor it is to be able to talk to you here today, and I just want to welcome you on behalf of the Big Blues Nation to Kentucky.
Thanks, Chester.
Thank you for taking this job. I've been a football fan for a long time, for as long as I've been alive, and there's just one thing that I know would do my heart well, and I think a lot of other Big Blue fans out there, if you would be willing, and I know that, you like to talk the process and everything, but if you could just go on record and promise that before you leave here at this program, which I hope you don't ever do, but if you could promise that you would end that dag-blasted Florida losing streak, I would be very appreciative if you could guarantee that you would do that before you would leave here.
Well,
Chester,
you're asking for some headlines from me.
Chester, let me give you a little background on.
Let me just say this: when I went to Florida State, we had lost, I believe, 6 straight years to Florida, and as you know, Florida State and Florida is a great rivalry, and there was some literature, that was being said and written about us, from that staff and different people, and let me just say there was a lot of motivation there to get a W. But again, we're going to go out to compete each and every day. Coach Muschamp and those guys, they do a great job. It's a great program and the whole deal. But believe me, Chester, we're not afraid of anybody. We're going to go out to compete each and every week, and we're going to give it everything we got.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. I just I know maybe you can't say those things, but I know it would do a lot of us well just to know that that's going to end.
Well, Chester, he doesn't want to make headlines.
Chester, there's a lot of streaks that are going to end. We're going to do a lot of good things. Believe me, we're going to do a lot of positive things, and we need your belief, and we need you in the stands, and trust me, we're going to get it done.
Nobody's more positive than you, Chester. You've been like that forever. Don't stop now.
I'll be that way, and I tell you, just while I got you on here, since I may never get the chance like this again. I called in here the other day to talk about tradition at Kentucky, and a lot of people don't know or don't embrace the fact that in 1950 we were the national champions, and I'd love to see that more prominently featured in our program. And speaking and ending to something, I know that I don't know if you've ever talked to him about it, but I got on the website over at Oklahoma, and your brother is claiming that they won the national championship in 1950.
Yeah, you guys.
Well, I'm gonna have to call Bob up and straighten him out.
Thank you very much, Chester. But Chester has called about that before, saying, "Hey, there's no reason for us to back down on that stuff," and then we should.
I agree.
You have to tell Bob, listen, we won it in 1950.
That's right.
Mark, what's up, Mark?
Hey, how you doing, Coach Stoops?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Mark.
Good. I do have a question about game day specifically, but before my question, I do want to say thank you for scheduling the spring game on a day that is not on Thunder over Louisville. We really appreciate that, especially those of us who live here in Louisville. So I think it's fantastic that you did it, and you did it at night.
Good.
But my question refers to, are you willing to schedule games, or would you be willing to schedule games on different days other than Saturday, such as a Thursday night game? Or I know before on the first game of the year we played like on a Sunday. Would you be willing to move the schedule around like that to get some more attention, specifically like with ESPN or anything like that?
Yeah, I definitely would work with the administration on that. But definitely I'd be open to a little of that, especially maybe for the opener, like you touched on earlier. You generally would never want to play a game on Sunday, but maybe for the opener and possibly a Thursday night game to get some great exposure, I'd be willing to do that. And obviously I'd have to talk with the administration on that. They make a lot of those final decisions, but yes, I'd be open to that.
One more question before we got to let Coach go. Who you got, Shannon?
Greg,
what's up, Greg?
Hey, Coach. I just had a question about the money that Kentucky's about to invest in the program. I know you've come from some really good programs. I was wondering what your vision is what we need and what you're going to do to try to push to get done down there.
Well, that's a great question. I will work with our administration on that. I believe that obviously they've been working on this for some time. Nothing's finalized yet. As far as the stadium goes, I would leave that to Mr. Barnhart and the administration to fix that as they had planned on. But as far as affecting our players, I think it's important to affect the area that they work in each and every day. Our players invest an awful lot of time, and they have a great commitment to our program and to our university. And so I want the areas that our players are in every day to be very comfortable for them, and that would be their locker room, their weight room, a dining facility. I think we need improved on, because nutrition's a big thing in this day and age. So the training room. So some things that the players are in. Those players spend an awful lot of time at our training facility, and I want that as comfortable, and I want it as first class as possible for those guys because they deserve it.
Appreciate the call. Before I let you go, Coach, talk to me about your interactions with John Calipari. I know when you had some recruits here, I saw pictures where they tweeted out he was meeting with them. How's that been?
It's been fantastic. I tell you, it's been a joy to spend some time with him. I was able to carve out some time. I went over and watched one of his practices, sat in on one of his meetings, so I had a chance to watch him coach. And and then of course before the games, we bring our recruits over there, and Coach Cal comes in and talks to them. So he's been fantastic, been extremely supportive. He's a winner, and he's a person that I could learn some things from and work with and to help this university. So it's just been an honor to spend some time with him. But,
you see basketball as a positive, right?
Oh, absolutely, of course. How can you not? It just shows that it could be done. At this university, and I don't worry or believe in all that you cannot be good in both sports. You absolutely can be good in both. You can be good in all sports, not just those two. I mean, you're talking about the two, with basketball and football, but all of our sports are good and successful, and we need to improve on football, and bring it up to that level.
Well, I have to tell you, we've talked a lot about this, Ryan and I. I have never seen the excitement level, especially during the off season, like it is now. You've injected a lot of energy, and I appreciate you coming on. Hope we'll have you again soon, and it's been great having you on the show.
Thanks a lot, Matt. I look forward to coming back anytime.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. Thanks to Coach Stoops. This has been, well, it still is, Kentucky.